Hey guys, Jim at Pokemon here, and I'm not sure if this is part 3 or part 4, but this is of the Professor Oak Cali trade that I'm doing. I got a huge lot of cards back here I'm sorting through. It's all E-Series, reverse autos I'm going through. Pretty epic thing right there. I actually probably need to make a video about that. But anyway, this part of the video, you guys have already seen the returns come back. These are the cards I didn't send off that ultimately I am going to review, and we're still working to make a deal. So to recap that last part, I paid $3,200 for everything that's not included in this video. And then there's a few extra things as well. So in this video, I'm just going to briefly go through all the cards, and this is actually for Professor Oak Cali to help us value the cards as well too. So there'll be a part 5 where we will hopefully come to a deal for the rest of these. And so some of these will be a higher level of service. Some of these are binder cards. He sent me 2 additional lots in that last sort of year that we've been working on this deal. I'm actually just going to set these down. You can see an OC Clefable here, very, very nice. And the ones with the number from that first deal we did. Very nice OC Vaporeon. I think this is a chance for 8 or 9 OC. You can see a little nick at the bottom, nick down here. Beautiful Magneton here. Yeah, so this would be more of a binder card. Again, just looking at the quality here. But, I mean, $3,200 for those other cards. I was very happy with it. He was as well. Helped him buy some great things, so he may tell you about that at another time. See, off-center Squirtle. So some of these, like, I didn't include because maybe the condition or whatnot didn't send them off to grade. And so I think these are some cards I still wanted for a binder, but we just didn't settle up on them yet. So, again, $3,200 for basically everything not included in this video that you've seen in the previous parts, which is pretty solid. And this is a huge card right here, Miscut Clefable. And again, just to reiterate, Miscut, because it's so severely off-center, you can see the dot, you can almost see the card below it. So if you're a Pokemon expert, you feel pretty good about how the sheets are laid out, what card do you think would have been below Clefable? That's like an expert level question right there. Beautiful off-center Zapdos. Again, this is just a massive off-center sort of collection that I'm working on. These Hitmonchan's are very nice. You can see the condition on those, you know, really pops. The one on the left pops a little more. If I switch the lighting, you can see the one on the left still pops a little more, just lighting. So don't think necessarily one's better than the other. But the centering is close enough to where it might get an OC grade, but I'm not entirely sure. So again, just going to send it into C, let you guys see the backs of these. You still see the numbers to differentiate between the two. Oh, beautiful Charizard. How have these spiked in price, man? These have just really shot up. You see the quality isn't necessarily probably gradable, but if you're flipping through that beautiful air binder I have and you see this baby, you're going to, ooh, you can see the blue wings right there. And I think, well, I don't know if I have it handy here. So this is actually late June when I'm recording this, and I still have this card right beside me. Oh man, I hate to interrupt the video, but dude, green wings versus blue wings. Remember the card on the left had a little bit better lighting? Oh man, it's just, yeah, that's just a, ooh. Man, I'm so happy with that. I think, you know, I went back and watched that video. Sometimes I do just to get like an opinion of where I was at and like what mental state I was in at the time. And at the time, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with that Zard or those Zards. And after looking at them over and over and talking to a few people, I'll show you guys the backs of these. You can see how soft center that is. I think I'm going to keep both of those Gem Zards because you're really just not going to get any more of them. And you can see how the coloring on this Raichu is just so dark. The darker coloring on Shadowless are definitely valued at a higher price. There's more desirability there, harder to find. What I mean by that is the few people that do probably differentiate between the Shadowless cards. They chase the darker ones, and so they sweep them off the market right away. They're the people that pay that premium price, you know, and that's why you don't see as many, at least in my opinion. So sometimes if you see a higher sale of a certain card, it could be because there's an error or there's an attribute or something else with that card that you perhaps maybe didn't catch right away. So you see the quality in this is pretty bad, probably an excellent, I mean, not even excellent, probably played to heavy play, moderate play to heavy play, but still great card. You can see the dot at the top. And just seeing that dot right away, I would pay more for this than I would a probably PSA 9. But it's also gray stamp, so that's like a double sort of whammy right there. And by gray stamp, if you look at the darkness of this, you look at the darkness of that, you see, bam, right away. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Not quality-wise, but just, you know, the card itself. Ooh. All right, keep going through here. So some of these cards you guys haven't seen before. Little off-center shadowless Pidgeotto, left to right. So for sports cards, people really don't like off-center cards. They price maybe half of what a typical card in a similar condition would go for. But with Pokemon, off-center cards are so hard to find. They're very difficult to come across that people actually pay a premium for them, and I'm one of those people. So I don't think at this point, I don't think I've shown my full off-center collection yet, really, because I don't know if anyone's ever seen that many in one place. But since, you know, I started collecting, probably maybe a year after I started chasing the errors and the rare cards, the variants, the unique ones. And, you know, once you have, you know, all 103, you know, base set cards, it's like, what else can you collect? And where's that variety, and where else can you find, you know, ways to expand your collection? Well, you can collect doubles, or you can collect errors. And I think a lot of people are venturing more towards the error side, where they're able to really broaden the scope of their collection and find things that really set it apart from other areas. So at some point, I do want to share that with you guys, but I feel like, you know, even right now, I'm sort of pumping them up a little bit. That's because, you know, I'm still buying them. I don't want too many competitors. So, you know, I'm recording this video in 2020. You may not see it till 2023. Who knows? Just with the way I post sometimes. This is a smudge stamp. You see that's smudged. A lot of people will see this and they'll think it's a fake, or they'll think something else is going on with it. And I actually, probably the first time I saw this, I thought that too. But you can see the gloss is right over it. There's nothing on top, no ink, no nothing. It's literally from the factory that way. Beautiful, beautiful example of that. Again, you have to have trusted sources. You know, I'm pretty sure that Professor Oak was able to track this back to the pack it was opened. So some of these error cards, you really do have to be careful with who you're buying them from, and making sure they're authentic. It is very difficult to authenticate some of these very obscure errors. So again, Bulbasaur right here. Show you the back of that Psychic Energy. Condition isn't that great, but again, when you have something that is this unique and this rare, condition isn't as big of a factor. But if there are multiple out on the market, then condition is a differentiator. Beautiful, beautiful card. And then the last card we actually didn't come to a conclusion on is this Lapras, PSA 90C. He wanted 500 for it at the time. I said no, because I found a Zapdos on eBay for 75 at the time. That was 90C first edition. And with it being 2020, standard Lapras 9 is probably 500. It might be close to 500 as is. So, you know, I didn't want to bite the bullet then. It's probably going to cost me now. So we'll see. So Michael, if you're watching this and you are thinking about how to price this, please be kind to me. Because, you know, I really want this, and I'll probably say yes to whatever price you choose. So thank you guys so much for watching this part. Again, it might be part 3, might be part 4. Just got to look and see how I'm splitting things up. And then I'll try to have a final part where I send off the higher value cards here, and it'll be a returns, and I'll wrap up the whole process for you. So I'm in 3,200 right now, and I'll probably be in I think at least a couple more $1,000 to wrap this up, especially with some of these hollows. I mean, some of these hollows, yeah, it might be a decent bit more. So we'll see. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time.